cord and my face gets completely covered. So we're actually gonna test out the TIMMERMADE. So what are my final thoughts about this TIMMERMADE gear? Oh boy, that's not that good. You might have heard of this. This is TIMMERMADE. This is a small cottage company that makes ultralight equipment, and we're actually going to take a look at this rain jacket that I've actually used it for about 2 years. So let's dive into this video and actually dissect this piece of equipment and get into the video. So here it is, 2 years of being used. TIMMERMADE, my Cuban fiber ultralight rain jacket that I was excited to use, and I'm actually excited to actually kind of give you my experience on using this after 2 years. And yeah, I do really long backpacking hikes, and I typically use this for my summer backpacking trips. And I'm going to go over all the pros and all the cons on this right here. And I do want to go over the specs because the specs do matter, but I do want to kind of lay it all out on the table so you can actually see like what's going on with it after 2 years, if there's any holes in it, if there's any stuff falling apart. So I decided to get the half zip, and I'm just going to be frank with you. All ultralight rain jackets they're not good. All of them. They're all horrible. So yeah, so you're trying to figure out which is the best one that actually works for you, and then also the climate that you're in. So I decided to get a half zip, and the reason why I decided to get the half zip, because my theory is when you're using a Cuban fiber or an ultralight rain jacket, they're gonna wet through at some point. And these are actually more meant to keep you warm when it's raining. So it keeps you less hyperthermic, and you don't freeze and, ill and die or whatever. I decided to try to go with the lightest possible thing that also keeps you warm. And the reason why, because this keeps you sealed, so there's less air actually coming out. I decided not to get the pit zips too. I've had other ones that have pit zips, and sometimes water leaks into them, and then my side gets all wet. And I know there's benefits to using the pit zips. I decided to go ultralight with this version. We can look at it. This is, again, after 2 years of me using this, and I've taken it all over. I've taken it to the Grand Canyon, out west, Washington, where it's, it rains pretty much every single day. You can see like where the glue stitch, and again, I am not hating on this. This is something that's been like this for for like the 2 years. I'm okay with this. This is handmade right here, and there's some stuff like coming off, but again, I'm not that worried about it. But looking at this, I don't have any holes in this, and we're gonna actually take a weight on this, and then we're gonna put it through some tests and see how, after 2 years of this equipment actually being used, and you can actually see that it's kind of wrinkled up. But let's go ahead and take a weight on this. Then I want to also talk about the pros and cons on this. All right, let's turn this thing on, and we're gonna weigh this in ounces first, and we're looking at 2.38. That's in ounces, and the gram for my gram counters, we got 68 grams. So this is very ultra light right here. So we're actually gonna test out the TIMMERMADE, and this is after 2 years of using, and we're actually gonna jump in the shower for about 20 minutes and see how well this thing actually works. But I just want to show you like what it looks like on me before I actually hop in. And I'm wearing a cotton shirt, so hopefully we can actually see the drips on the cotton, and you're gonna see that I'm wearing a Cuban fiber rain kilt, not a skirt, but a kilt. And we are gonna see how well this thing actually holds up. Now the hood is actually really nice. This is a great feature on this. And this is one of the reasons why I do like this so much. And let me zip this up. So right now, you can actually see how well this thing actually covers the sides. I can pull down on each cord and my face gets completely covered. So there's almost like no room for water to actually leak in. I can actually pull this and cinch this up so it's nice and tight. Look at that. That's pretty wild right there. I like that right there. Couple things that we are going to be looking for on this is, one, how well this actually does when I'm getting rained on. So I'm going to purposely stand in the water and get hit and test out this barrier right here after 2 years of it being used. And you can kind of see some of the pros and cons on this already. And this is my fault. When I bought this, I actually bought this when I was a little bit lighter. I was probably about like 165 pounds. Now I'm close to about 180. And you can see that it's very tight on my arms. But this is a fact about Cuben fiber. So this is for the future people that are buying this material right here. It shrinks. So this was actually a lot bigger on me 2 years ago. But after two years, it does shrink. So I should have probably bought a large in hindsight. And again, you know, you can talk to TimmerMade and he can actually design something more towards your spec. But this is going to be a fun little test. So let's go ahead and sit in the shower for about 20 minutes. And yeah, yeah, buddy. Okay, well, starting our test right now. Again, don't do this at home. Well, actually, we are doing it at home. Right now, my watch is showing 11:52. So we're going to hop in there and let the... Ooh, this is kind of cold. Alright, so I'm going in. And it's actually shielding pretty well. Okay, so you can see it going like into like a straight line. And it is aiming right at my chest. I'm going to turn it around. Let the back at me. It's probably really loud on the mic. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. And I'm already feeling like water almost dripping down to my belly area. Like wherever this... Like it's just... I feel like it's just dripping from here and coming down. I feel like this spot is actually getting wet, but I'm thinking that like we're gonna find out that this right here, having the little zipper, is gonna make a difference. But again, I'm gonna target more of my head and continue doing this test. All right, we're gonna actually get out of here. It's been at least 10-11 minutes. And I can already feel that we can actually report on this. Okay, so we're back in the studio. So I'm gonna unzip everything, and you're gonna actually get first look on everything. So let's unzip this. Oh boy, that's not that good. Okay, we're looking at the pants, and looks like I have a little wet spot right here. Yeah. There it is. You can actually kind of see it a little bit. So it's not too bad. Everything else is very dry. This is what I was talking about. I'm actually drenched. And I think it was because where that zipper was, it actually allows water to get in. And I know like when you're out there backpacking, you're not like, let me go ahead and just take on the water like Lieutenant Dan in Forrest Gump. I just want to show that there is some weak points. Now my back doesn't look too bad. It looks like there's some water that might have trickled down, and I'm gonna point out some of the features. Okay, so I might be getting some water from the backside from maybe this little tapered area right here. in my chest. It's just soaking based on the zipper. So what are my final thoughts about this TimmerMade gear? Well, there's pros and cons, okay? One, it's probably the lightest rain jacket that you could possibly find, which is like about 2 ounces. So you're not gonna find anything as light as this. But does it work? I mean, after 2 years of using, and I still kind of get wet through the middle. And I think it has a lot to do with, I decided to go with the half zip. What I should have probably done is just got a full pullover, so therefore no water can actually go through. The half zip actually only worked halfway. You can tell, like where the water was actually coming through. And I should have actually ordered a large instead of a medium, because this is too small for me. So going forward, I'm actually going to get something a little bit bigger, that where I'm not getting so wet, and something that's going to fit me over the next couple years. So I do have one thing that I do want to point out. This piece of equipment behind me. So this is TimberMade, and there's nothing wrong with it. I did kind of show off like some of the things that it doesn't work, and I should have actually done something a little bit better. But I think I have a solution for you that you might want to take a look into. It is this. This is a new company that just came out, and I'm going to offer like a $10 off. His prices are going up, and as they should be. Like when I first bought this, it was like $100, and now, you know, supply and demand. He's just one-man show, so he's making all of his stuff. But something that I wish that I could have found earlier, but after talking to him, he came up with this design right here, and this is amazing. I'm gonna throw it on so you can actually get a first look on it, but I do have a video on like the opening, and so let's go ahead and let me show you what it looks like. So this is the Moose Track Packs poncho, and it's a half poncho. It's not a full poncho. You can see that it goes further than my rain jacket, which is really nice. It goes down, it has these little things to actually keep everything nice and sealed. And what I really like about this, and you'll see more in detail on my video on this, is that when you put this thing on, you can actually still wear your backpack, so water has zero chance of actually falling onto your back like it did in that last example that I just did. And there's no taping seams, okay? So water cannot get into this. This is carbon fiber, Dyneema. It cannot get through this. So I still need to do a little bit more testing, and this will also allow me to wear heavier stuff, so I can actually take this in the wintertime. I can actually wear it with like my puffy. I can wear it with like my hoodie, my Octafleece gear, and there's actually room for me to actually grow a little bit outwards. So I am looking forward to actually testing this a little bit more. But if you're interested in watching this video, you might want to go ahead and click on one of these videos over here. I don't know where it's going to be, but again, this is Coach Bill 305, and this is just a video. I usually do 2 videos each week on backpacking gear. Sometimes it's good, sometimes not so good, but we test it out anyways. Again, this is Coach Bill 305. Alright, I'm out of here.
Yeah, buddy. Ooh, yeah. Shake and bake.